guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Olivia and today I am doing 10 facts about having a baby in Iqaluit. So if you're new here, I had my son Jude in Iqaluit. I moved there when I was like 13 weeks pregnant and I had him there. We are currently staying in Ontario, but I'm still making some Iqaluit videos, some sit down talking list. Yeah, anyway, let's just get into it. So the hospital in Iqaluit is great at delivering babies. As soon as I moved there, everyone saw I was pregnant and then said, "You're in such good hands. They know how to deliver babies in Iqaluit." So I always felt like I was in good hands. Number 2, they don't handle high risk or multiple pregnancies, multiple baby pregnancies, like twins, triplets. You know what I'm trying to say. They don't do those there. They will send you down south. So not for your whole pregnancy or anything, but towards the end you'll be sent to, I think it's Ottawa now, and you'll spend the remainder of your time there, get induced, get your C-section, whatever you need to do there. They do C-sections in Iqaluit, but they're not very common. Number 3, circumcisions aren't done on Iqaluit. I did mention this in my facts about Iqaluit video and thought I would mention it here too. Boys aren't circumcised, it's not offered. If you do want to get it done, you have to fly back down south, pay for it yourself, and find someone to do it for you and fly back to Iqaluit. So turns out to be really expensive, and the doctors there don't push it. It's not something that's common or done or recommended there. So although there are doulas in the province, which I had one and it was the best choice I could have made, there are no midwives in Iqaluit. I think this is trying to be changed. I heard something about that, but if you look on the Canadian midwife website, there's none registered in Iqaluit, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but last I looked and researched, that was the case. Home births are not a intended option in Iqaluit. I'm sure sometimes they happen unintentionally, or you give birth in the ambulance or whatever, and the firefighter paramedics will come help you, but it's not something that's planned like it is down south to do. So if you are in Iqaluit, you will see babies or small children being worn in the hoods, which is, I might butcher this word and I'm sorry if I do, but amati. I will put up how it's spelled right here, but that is a traditional way of wearing babies and you will see it a ton. It is still done. It is really cool. Yeah, I never got one. I wore him just in an ergo baby on the front, but you see the babies on the back way more often. Number 7, epidurals are not generally offered in Iqaluit. They will kind of exhaust all measures before having to do that. They have the capability of doing them. They just don't have the staffing, I guess. There's one anesthesiologist for the whole hospital, and there's not one that works directly in the birth unit, which I think is the case in bigger hospitals down south. So I found that out when I was moving there. I was terrified. That is the main reason that we decided to hire our doula Megan to help me mentally and every other way. But it's recommended to not even go to the hospital until later on in your labor. So by the time I got there, I was 8 centimeters. I was in a lot of pain. I would have gladly taken an epidural at that point, but I tried the gas instead, which didn't do a thing. I was too far along. And after all this happened, it was time to go. So number 8, Iqaluit is one of 2 birthing centers in Nunavut. The others in Rankin Inlet, and women fly to these 2 places from other communities to give birth. So across from the hospital, there's a boarding home, and that's for pregnant women and other patients that fly in and are waiting to be seen at the hospital. Number 10, Nunavut has the highest birth rate in the country. I did not write it down, so if I can find it, I will put it up here. And I'm doing 2 more facts because why not? 11, there are only 4 birthing rooms in the hospital. So this is one of the reasons why they don't want you to come super early in labor. If you come too early, they will check you, they will send you home. You go walk your stairs and you come back later. We were in the birthing room for probably, we got there at 10-ish. He was born at 2, and I want to say we were moved at 3. So they keep you rotating. You don't spend too much time in the birthing rooms. And number 12, the last one, the hospital's C-section rate is the lowest in the country. Again, I don't have it written down for some reason. I'm not prepared. I will pop it up here if I can find it. So I think it is a well-known fact that if you prepare to birth without intervention, that you have less of a chance of having a C-section. Things like epidurals, and I'm not super educated, so I'm not gonna pretend like I am, but things can slow down your labor. So I guess a big reason for why they have the lowest C-section rate is because most of the births are done without intervention or epidurals. If you have any questions about anything, let me know, leave a comment. I feel like there's a ton more to say, but I don't know. One thing that I noticed that I wasn't sure if it was done in other places was that public health comes to your house after you give birth, a couple days after, and checks the baby out, checks you out. Public health was the biggest help for me. They helped with breastfeeding, which was not going well. Like she was with me like every day, the public health nurse, or I was there just trying to get it figured out. She cannot say enough good things. Huge help. She was the one who noticed Jude was jaundice and sent us to the hospital, which ultimately we stayed there for 3 days. So they know what they're doing. I don't know what I would have done. I don't know what I would have done without having these resources. Both her and our doula were a huge help after delivering Jude. So that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I will get back to them. If you're moving to Iqaluit and you're pregnant, good luck. If you want to know how I mentally prepared for doing an epidural-free birth, just let me know, because I have some really good suggestions and some books that you should read if that's what you want to do. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.